we left here, back onto the main road, follow it all up, pretty much into Julian. Across there, round this little road, all the way down. That was a nice road. Down onto the main road. Took the main road into El Centro, and literally just there. El Centro, just took the main road all the way down.
It was a getting there day, wasn't it?
It was a getting there day into Yamaha, main road, and retraced our steps.
Change maps.
Changed maps, carried on the main road, retracing our steps all the way through to Gila Bend, where we stopped just in there. Rather than take the main road, we decided to head down this road into
Why?
Why
not? We did
Why
that
not? Followed it all the way down through here, in through here. To be fair, it felt really a lot like Mexico.
Arizona.
Just south of Tucson, and then took the main road all the way down into Nogales.
Onto the Mexico map.
Through the border, kept the main road down, had to stop on the way down, came all the way through and into Magdalena.
Deserts.
Oh dear.
In the desert though, we're back in the desert, we're back on the road after a few weeks off.
Yep, a few wonderful weeks off, I have to say. We needed the break.
We've got haircuts.
Oh yeah, I haven't got any hair.
It's all gone again.
Yeah. You're not going to see the back view because there isn't any.
I just wanted to jump in here and update you on something that happened over Christmas. I hesitated whether or not to say anything about it, but it is part of the journey and it does show how much harder things are to deal with on the road than when you're just at home. The week before Christmas, I suddenly suffered very heavy post-menopausal bleeding. That is a red flag for any woman. Doesn't matter the circumstances. If you're postmenopausal and you have bleeding, you should always get seen by a doctor. So that's my first piece of advice. Better to get checked and it be nothing than not to get checked and the consequences of that. Bleeding was very heavy and it was very frightening. I phoned my insurance company, and that's the second piece of advice. If you need to use your travel insurance when you're away, make sure you phone them first. So I rang the medical line and they said, okay, no problem, go and get seen. They did also say, if you need scans and things, make sure you ring us before you have them. And I did say, well, that is not going to happen, because once you get to hospital, if you need anything done, you end up on the conveyor belt. I couldn't ring them. I got to hospital and we were seen. I had to go for an ultrasound. That was all fine, the ultrasound, and they said they wanted to send me for an endometrial biopsy. So we got back to the flat, to the apartment, and I rang the insurance company and I said, guess what? They sent me for an ultrasound scan and I didn't get a chance to ring you. They said, don't worry, that's fine. So although then I had gone outside of what they wanted, because we'd had that conversation, it was fine. So just always talk to them as much as you can, the insurance companies, and keep them informed every single step of the way. I phoned them literally the minute I got back to the apartment. The American medical system. If I was in the UK and this had happened and I'd gone to my GP, I would have been referred straight away for a hysteroscopy, which is the gold standard for investigation into postmenopausal bleeding. It's an internal scan from which they are able to do a biopsy if they need to, and they can see everything they need to see and they make a judgment and then they can do a biopsy. The American system, because it is private, I'm guessing this is all purely financial. It has to be. So I had the scan, the ultrasound scan in hospital. So I got to the clinic for the biopsy, and she said, yes, today we're going to do an endometrial biopsy. If that comes back clear and you have any further symptoms, you'll need to have a hysteroscopy. So I said to her, if I was in the UK, I would have had a hysteroscopy straight away first. Why can't I just have that done? Oh, this is how we do it. Of course it is, because they get the fee for 3 scans. Meanwhile, you've had to have 2 internal procedures for that to get that hysteroscopy instead of 1. It's just crazy. It's not good for the patient. So yes, that's the difference between a financially driven system and a patient-driven system, I suppose you could say, and a system where you don't pay at the time for your treatment. It's paid. You pay it through your taxes. So therefore, they want to save money. So they don't want to give you 3 scans. They want to give you 1. So yes, that's the total difference, and it's so much better for the patient. Anyway, had the endometrial biopsy. Let the insurance company know that had been done, and then just had to wait for the results. I got the results back while we were at Escondido at New Year, and it was all clear, which was fantastic, a huge relief off my mind, and I haven't had any more bleeding since. So what was the point of telling you all this? I know it's personal, but to share the journey with you, because it's not all pretty flowers and roses and sunshine. Well, actually, it is pretty much sunshine at the moment. To be fair, we're fed up with the sunshine. But it's not. You have these worries, you have these difficult things to deal with on the road, and not many people talk about them. And that's fine too, but we want to we don't want to put people off going on trips, but we want to give the real story. Anyway, onwards towards Mexico. Why are you so excited?
Proper pump.
Proper pump, i.e.
Not the Californian, oh, we've got to look after you and protect you pumps that are useless to folk.
They have a thing over the bottom, don't they?
Sleeve, yeah.
A sleeve, and it's so hard to use on a bike.
Because supposedly petrol fumes are bad for you.
Right, proper pumps now. We can actually fill the bikes all the way up.
Look at that, I can see.
Ooh. So twice today you've had fuel all over your tank down into your trousers. Brand new trousers. Anyway, yeah, so we can fill up now and see what we're doing. Back in Arizona.
Baby.
No, that's California. In Arizona. to Mexico! Whee! Oh, he's coming behind us. So we're now in Mexico. I've just gone into the shop here, and at the side of the motorway, it's crazy. Anyway, it's Mexico. I've just been into the shop, and I think I've bought a SIM card for 30 days. I don't know. See what's on it when we put it in the phone. In my bestest Spanish, and with help of Google Translate. And I came out, and Carl's busy on the telephone with somebody else. I don't know who he's talking to. I don't know what's going on. He will no doubt tell us when he comes out. But yeah, he's now standing, because it's too noisy out here, he's now standing in the shop on somebody else's telephone. Yeah, so we came through the border earlier. The border, you don't even show your passport. We wanted to see in one of the bags. That was it. And then you drive 21 kilometres down the road, and then you get your temporary import permit for your vehicle and your visitor's tourist visa. We've been given 180 days, so that's good. We've got 6 months. We won't be here 6 months, but we've got the full maximum you can get if we need it. And it's taken a couple of hours, but there's no queue, which is good. And yeah, just kind of trying to find our feet at the moment. It's all just slightly scary and weird. And Carl's about to come out the shop with his new friend. Can't leave him for a minute, can I?
There's a picture taken.
Okay. Back in a minute. Do you want to fill us in on what was going on? I told them you were in the shop having a phone call with some random stranger, and I didn't really. I left you for a second, and this is what goes on. Naughty Carl.
Well, no.
Sort of naughty Carl, but actually a very useful Carl.
Sort of naughty Carl, really useful guy, yes. He didn't speak any English, I didn't speak any Spanish. We did manage with Google Translate to begin with. He then rang his sister, so his sister could translate. I need to say goodbye.
So that was Julian.
That was Julian, yes.
His sister lives in Arizona.
His sister lives in Arizona.
Speaks English. Oh, sorry, noisy road.
She was translating. Basically, he was inviting us for lunch, but I said we would love to, but we do need to get on. We have a hotel booked, and we need to get on.
Oh, it's a shame.
It is a shame.
It's our first day.
Shame.
For day 2, we're getting our feet
It's
still.
our first day, but basically said if we need any help with anything, give her a ring, and she'll sort it out. She'll ring Julian, and Julian will sort it.
So if we get shaken down by the police, bring her.
Yeah. So basically, our first stop, we stopped for a SIM card
Yeah.
and get invited to lunch.
We didn't get killed.
No, we didn't get killed. He
Well,
was
I
a
think I
really,
managed to buy some.
really nice man.
Yeah.
I tried the Google Translate as well,
Yeah.
and it worked.
So far, very unsure of everything, but so far a good experience.
So far, good experience. But yeah, I'm very nervous.
It's just because it's unfamiliar.
I don't mind admitting I'm really quite nervous, but it's unfamiliar.
You were absolutely really nervous at the
I was cold.
tip place.
I was cold at there. I was. Anyway,
But anyway.
that's enough of that.
Yep, we
Everything's
crack
fine.
on.
Cut.
Well, I'm holding the camera, so you need to twirl away. Come on, twirl away. Yeah, you've got to go out of shot. Thank you. Honestly, still in training.
What have we done today?
Changed countries.
Have we?
Yeah. Mexico.
Yes, Mexico. We woke up to -5, 6
Something
degrees.
bonkers.
Yes, Izzy's bike cover was frozen. Had little puddles of ice all
shook
over it.
ice chunks off it. I mean, seriously? South Arizona.
Yeah, South Arizona and into Mexico. You expected to be warm.
We've set ahead of the snow the whole way and it catches up with us in
Yes,
Mexico.
we had snow yesterday. And there's snow on the hills around here as we've been riding through.
Oh,
But
crazy.
in Mexico. And getting through the border was easy.
We didn't sleep last night, did we?
No.
Mind you, it wasn't so much the getting here. It was, having slight money anxieties. But,
Yes, anxieties over money.
yeah, we'll have to
There
see
we
how the fees pan out here. Everything seems to be a lot cheaper so far.
We'll go as far as we can.
So we'll just go as far as we can. But and then we were worried about you hear all these things, and honestly, well, the first bit of the border, he stopped us, and there was no passports or anything. They stopped us and wanted to see in the duffels.
Yep.
When he realised it was going to be a right pain me undoing mine, he asked to see in yours, and he got as far as the coat on the top. And
took the coat out, and then that's fine. Off you go. He did question the hatchet, didn't he?
Yeah, he was tugging at the little axe. We've got the hatchet in your thing, and I said, "Oh, poor Campo." I hope I was saying for camping. I wasn't calling him
Not calling him camp.
camp or anything. Anyway, he just smiled. So he said, "Okay," and
Off you go.
he was just looking for weapons and stuff like that. And, there weren't any. So that was fine. You just go straight through, and then you have to drive for 21 kilometres, which to us is bonkers because there is a free zone. There is a free zone around the border so that you can kind of come and go easily. So
both ways.
Came off half a K too early.
Yeah, junction too early, and then couldn't find it, but we found it in the end.
A great big sign saying
Yeah.
Bañosito.
Yeah, what did that took us? What, an hour and a half?
About an hour and a half-ish, and there was nobody else there.
Yeah.
We were seen straight away. It just takes time.
Yeah,
But
there was one chap
Yeah.
there who basically said to me he came through in December, and it took him 8 hours to get through because of the queues.
We weren't particularly early today. We didn't get there until about 10:15, I think, because
That's lucky because my insurance didn't start till 10.
somebody gets their bike insurance to start at 10 in the morning instead of in the middle of the night.
I had the timing just about right, didn't I?
Actually, we went through the border at 3 minutes to 10 because I said to you don't have a crash until for another 3 minutes.
Okay, so I like to play it a bit fine.
I did mine for 1 in the morning, so anyway. So yeah, we got in okay, and then got the documents okay. We exchanged some money there.
Yeah.
Not too bad in exchange rate.
That
so
was all right. And then we went down the road to get a SIM card.
literally next door. Then
Literally next door. And while we're outside,
well, I go in to get the SIM card.
outside the OXO cube, because it's a box, it's a shop, isn't it? So
It's not why it's called OXO.
Oh, isn't it?
No.
Oh,
It's
called
probably
OXO.
not pronounced OXO.
No, it's probably not.
I suppose the one strange thing when we first came through the border, the actual border, we set off down the road, and that was the first time. Then we only seen two trucks with the police sitting in the backs of the trucks,
Oh, yes.
leaning on the roofs with their machine guns, and that was a bit different.
Guard or police. I've forgotten what they called them.
Yeah,
Anyway,
so that was a bit different. But
yes.
hold on to the camera.
Oh. Hold on to the camera. Why do you want me to hold
I'm
on to
going
the
to
camera?
twirl away for the first time in Mexico. Twirling away.
I'd just like to point out that I did the twirling away before you did in Mexico.
Oh, did you did the first
Yes,
twirl?
I did the first twirl.
Yeah. Well, I'm training you well. Although you didn't go out to camera shop.
No, well,
Anyway, we'll see that.
we need to learn. I'll learn. Bye.